Hey guys, happy Sunday. I'm bringing you guys another makeup video today. I'm going to do two makeup looks, one on each side of my face. I'm going to follow the kind of influencer beauty makeup tutorial steps that you would see in a lot of these makeup videos. And then I'm going to do the other side as my 10-minute streamlined makeup routine that I showed you guys back on 4th of July. You can check that out if you haven't seen that yet for kind of detail of what I use in that routine. I'm just going to speed it up here today since I've shown you guys that before. I'll do that on one side, and then I will compare that to a full-on makeup look that some of these influencers do and how much you would end up spending on makeup just to achieve that look versus the 10-minute look, and see if it really makes a difference. My aunt mentioned she was saying I should kind of do this video and see how much you can save and do it for cheaper and look better, because with all those layers of makeup, like when you're not, I mean, I have a ring light behind my camera here and some good lighting, but I'll take it out into maybe the daylight and show you how all that caked on makeup looks. And then according to my aunt, she gave me some tips, basically on makeup, which is that the complexion really starts with good skincare. Taking care of your skin is going to give you that glow, and where you don't need to layer on and cover up all your skin to have a good flawless makeup look. So starting with a good exfoliating scrub and moisturizer. And then once you moisturize, she says wait about 15 minutes before you apply makeup. So your moisturizer is fresh, but it's not still wet. It's like all absorbed into the skin, and that's going to be kind of your primer. And I'm going to do that on my whole face because both looks will have a good exfoliate, cleanse, moisturize routine as the foundation, and then we'll see how the makeup looks. Just gonna pull my hair back here and get started. I'm starting with just foundation. I'm not using a primer first because I'm testing just the skincare kind of base and moisturizer as the primer to the skin, rather than using a makeup primer underneath my liquid foundation. And I'm just blending this with a beauty blender, and I have a smaller blender that I'm using for the blush. I would normally use a brush, but I did just get this little blender, so I'm trying this out using the lighter kind of highlight color, and then going in with a darker bronzer color in the shape of a reverse number 3 for a little contour. Then I'm taking my Tarte eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to stick with the bottom row of colors of eyeshadow because they all kind of go together in this row, and they're sort of fall colors. So I'm sticking with sort of a fall color palette and using those colors to create a little smoky look and a little bit of highlight in the corner of the eyes. Then I just blend everything in, and then I'm going to put on my eyeliner. I was trying to show you how it twists up, but I guess I'm at the end of the eyeliner, so there's nothing left to twist. So I'll just put that on, and then I use a brush to kind of smooth out my line a little bit, and then I kind of go into the crease and blend it in a little bit into the corner, and just use the little brush to blend everything out before I put on my mascara. And almost forgot lip gloss. Trying carefully to get this only on one half of my lips so you can see the difference between both sides. Alright, so I did actually time this side, and it was 9 minutes 42 seconds. So see how long it takes me. The next side I'll be following the steps from like influencer tutorial that you would see. I'm not using any specific one. I'm just using like the steps that most of those tutorials follow, and we'll see how much more product, how much longer it takes, and if the end result, if it's worth the extra money, time, and effort to get the influencer look versus the 10-minute more natural look. For this side, I am going to use a primer. The primer kept falling off of my makeup sponge, so I had to keep reapplying it. I don't know if it's dried out or if that's just how it normally is. I don't remember it doing that the last time. Not as bad, so I don't know if this primer is really going to do much, but I'm going to go ahead and blend it in and we'll see if it makes a difference. And then going over with my foundation. Next I have concealer, and I'm just dotting a little bit of this on, and then I'll go back over and blend it out with my large beauty blender. Next I have a highlighter or like brightening cream, and obviously I've never used it because it still had the foil seal on it. And it's just a little sample size one that I got from Sephora, I think. So just putting a little highlighter around the cheekbones and just kind of blending that in as well. And then doing my contour, doing a little bit darker of contour. So I don't have a separate bronzer to do, which a lot of makeup looks will use contour and then they'll use a separate bronzer in the end, which I don't have. So I'm just going a little bit darker with the contour color and then blending that in, and then doing my regular blush with my brush. And then normally I would use the eyeshadow primer, which I don't really have, so I'm just putting a little bit more concealer on my eyelid to see if that holds the eyeshadow a little bit better. And it does look actually a lot more pigmented on this eye than on the other eye using the exact same colors. The color does pop a little bit more having that primer on, but it also could be a little bit too intense maybe. This would be more of a nighttime look or a little bit more dramatic look, but that's okay. I'm just gonna do the same colors and same steps as I did on the other side and just see if it looks any different. And then I do notice most of these tutorials do a winged liner, and they always kind of go up towards the tip of the eyebrow in that shape and then fill in. And I do need my little brush to help me blend. I don't have a very steady hand with eyeliner, so I always go back over and blend. And normally at this point in the tutorials, a lot of them will put on fake lashes, and I don't have any, so I'm just going to use 2 coats of mascara on this side. I only used 1 coat on the other side, so I'll just go over this side twice to make up for the fact that I don't have a false lash. A little powder to set everything in place, and then I had a double-sided lip liner. I was trying to see which color was a closer match to my gloss. I normally don't use lip liner in my regular makeup look, but filling in the lip with a little liner first can keep the lipstick or lip gloss lasting longer, and then going in with a darker color around the outside edges and filling in the inside with the lighter shade gives a more ombre look, which it gives you a little bit fuller lip look according to what I've heard. And then setting spray, of course, only on 1/2, so blocking the other side of my face to give it a fair shake so you can compare the 2 sides. And I almost thought I was done, and I actually should have done brows before I sprayed the setting spray, probably, but I forgot about it since I don't normally do brows. I'm actually really glad that this side was my full makeup side because the left brow has a little bald spot that never grows in. So if I'm going to do brows on one side, I'm glad it's on this one. Actually, it has 2 little bald spots that need filling in. So it's a good thing I went for the full tutorial makeup on this side. So both looks are done now. This one took me about 17 minutes. So almost twice as long, not quite twice as long, still under 20 minutes, which is really not too bad for like a full-on glam makeup routine. It doesn't look like insanely different from the other side, so I don't think you would be like, oh my god, she's wearing 2 different makeup looks, except for really like the eyeliner and brows are definitely different. You can definitely see the value in doing brows. I just normally don't bother with that, but I can see like how it looks like a little bit more uniform. I do have, like I said, the ring light on, so I'm going to shut this off so you guys can see. Honestly, I feel like I have better coverage on this side, or maybe I just had more breakouts on this side. I'll have to look back and see how my skin looked in the beginning. but I actually feel like there's more even coverage on this side without using the primer. That primer might be a little bit dried out though. I can see a little bit of benefit to the kind of like ombre look on the lip gloss. It does look a little bit poutier, but I mean overall, like if you're strapped for time, I would definitely just stick with my regular routine and use a lot less products. I'll take you outside to see the looks in more natural lighting. All right, I brought you guys outside because let's face it, this is the moment of truth, because I know for me, it's always when I'm in my car, as soon as I back out into the driveway and flip down that sun visor and look in that mirror with the sun hitting my face, at that moment that I'm either like happy with the look I created or I'm like, oh God, what have I done? So I'm not really here to make like a judgment today. I am just here to show you the difference between, you know, putting on the extra makeup, taking the extra time, using the extra products, spending the extra money to get that more glam photo finish versus, you know, taking about 10 minutes and using a little bit more streamlined amount of makeup to get the same similar look. One is obviously a little more dramatic, more glam, and one is a little more simple, more natural. I think both are a good faux look, but let me know what you guys think in the comments. I would love to see your feedback on this and if there's any other looks or comparisons that you guys would like to see. So surprisingly, the full glam side didn't look too cakey even in the sunlight. However, I could really feel a difference. You know, taking off the makeup was much easier on the first side than it was to take off on the second side. And that's why I don't really go full glam with my makeup all the time. To give my skin a break, I mean, the more you put on, the more you've got to pull on your skin to get it all off. And honestly, the 10-minute makeup routine is like me glamming myself up because I normally don't really wear makeup that often. And you can see the first side, this is the cloth. You don't really see anything. I mean, it is a black cloth, so I'm sure there's something on there. But you can see on the second side how that was more kind of caked on makeup still left over on the cloth. And that just goes to show that was kind of covering up my skin a lot more. I mean, I would do it for like a night out or a special occasion, but not necessarily an everyday look probably. So here are some still pictures so you guys can kind of see side by side. The left-hand side was like my 10-minute everyday look, and then on the right-hand side is the more glam look. I posted a quick picture up on social media. I didn't have it up too long because I posted it right before I edited this video. And the votes were basically split 50-50 with a slight edge to look number 2. Let me know what you guys think by leaving your vote in the comments below. And thanks as always for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if you love this video.